Yo, what's good? What up, everybody? Hold on 1 second. Before we get into this thing, let me do this real quick. All right, cool. The audio sounds great, man. Audio sounds great. I hope everybody's day is going well, man. Today is June the 24th. It is 2:45 p.m. All right, just live stream, definitely. Okay, all right. Yeah, I hope everybody's day is going well. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, peeps. All right, man. This is technically the day before one of my big interviews. I'm supposed to be actually doing a little interview tomorrow, I believe. I think it's tomorrow. I'm gonna have to double check my schedule, but I believe it's tomorrow, man. We'll be doing a little interview tomorrow. So we're gonna have to go and grab a blazer, you know what I'm saying, a little button up or whatever, whatnot, what have you. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into some of these comments, man, before we get in. This is part two, guys, of Body, Image, and Arousal by Kevin Samuels featuring, what is it, Rom Wills, whatever his name is. I apologize if I mispronounced it, but they give us some game, man. They definitely give us some game. Let's get into some of these comments. What's going on, Miss Barbara? What up? Mm. Where the people news say good afternoon, man. What's good? What else we got? Let me know if you would like for me to change or take out any of those questions. Yeah, hey, if you want to just email me, man. Just email me that information and we'll go back and forth on there or whatnot. But no, man, I think so far so good. All the questions that I have seen, I haven't went through all of them, but no, they actually pretty good questions, man. So far so good. But yeah, I'll email you. I'll email you. I still don't know know who this guy is. Melanie, me either. Me either, man. I have no I still don't technically know this guy. I didn't get a chance to look him up or anything, but he seemed like he's giving out some pretty decent knowledge, man, and Kevin definitely respects him, so you know, it is what it is. Hey, Katie, what up? What up? What's going on? Should have said that first. Hey, what's good, peoples? What's good? B2B. When are when are we going to see you dress up? Soon, very soon, man. I am in the process right now of getting rid of some old clothes. So what I'm doing, I don't know about everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But I have to get rid of some of the clothes that I have, some of the shoes and stuff that I have, and then when I sell that, I'll just go out and purchase some new, better fitting, more professional looking clothing. So that's what it is. Yo, bro, it's time for you to cam up. We're gonna start camming up, man. I'm gonna say maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll start camming up, man. I went ahead and got a fresh lineup today. I'm going to go ahead and retwist my hair today, man, because let me tell you something. I'm not getting on camera looking crazy, bro. Not getting on camera looking crazy for nobody. For nobody. All right. We talk about, what I'm saying, when you're going out and being seen or whatnot, man. And, you know, we just got some things we need to work with. Anyway, let's go.
That's it.
That's what they do.
I have actually been a
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing, man. Kevin and Mr. Rom is going back and forth right now.
And some dudes know it. That's why in the hood you might see Pookie or Ray Ray walking around with their shirts off. They know the damn game. They know it. They figured it out earlier than I did. I was like, seriously, they always watching. That's why you get a lot of young girls. They be going to like these football games and stuff. And sometimes they'll say it. You listen to them say, "Oh yeah, I want to see him in those football shorts."
Okay, guys, this starts. So let me little station break. This starts off the beginning of my Summer of Success, SOS. I'm helping you show your work. I talked about it last night. I'm going to be giving away a fragrance, a half hour on the advice line. I'm going to give away a Skype consultation to help show your work. I actually hit Uncle Ram up to get him to come over here specifically to talk to you and teach you guys about this. And I was more than and I wanted to pay him for his time because I believe in showing your work also. I don't want Ram did not ask me to, but I wanted to pay him what he's worth. This is where I want you guys to understand. You're going to have to pay your way through life.
Absolutely.
You're going to have to pay Ram to help him get your game up. You're going to have to pay somebody like Stefan Klingscales to help you get your body game together. You're going to have to pay somebody like myself to get you what you want. You want these outcomes, you're going to pay that way. So
Absolutely.
I'm investing in you guys first. Thank you for your time over here, Ram. I appreciate it. If you guys want to show some love in the chat room to say thank you to Ram, I'm going to make sure we get some money over him for the show. Every time I have somebody on here, I want you guys to see us paying it forward, showing that damn work. Shout out to Everett Overton. I want to get you on the channel too, guy. I dig some of the stuff you're talking about. Also, I mentioned that I'm not going to be doing as many live streams on YouTube. They're going to be going to Patreon. But this is something I felt was important for everyone, whether you're Patreon or not. And I have the call line open. Here's the thing. I want to be respectful of Ram's time. So if you call in, here's what I need you to do.
Hey, I appreciate that. But y'all know one thing about me, I'm extremely humble. And I know a lot of people on the outside looking in. KD looked like he got his ish together. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be the first person to tell you I do not mind letting you guys know that I don't have all my ducks in a row. And right now, I am just a little young gun, just a young sponge, trying to soak up as much information as possible. I got a long way to go. To be honest with you, I believe that I am at the beginning of my doggone journey. And it's only but so much information that I can honestly provide to you guys. So right now, I would prefer you guys go, get coaching and stuff from people that actually have the results. Katie is definitely still a work in progress, man. And I don't want to, be giving out the wrong information or whatnot, what have you. But yeah.
I need you to be ready to speak and have your question together. Be concise. Don't run on. And so Ram can go ahead and answer it. Yes. I'm going to put the call line up. Keep it on the topic of body game, image, and we're going to get into the next phase, the difference between attraction and arousal. Ram, why is there such a disconnect here? Why do guys not seem to really get that? Attraction is one thing, but arousal is a whole nother thing. And arousal is what you really, really want. Can you explain it to them or break it down or take it however you want?
Oh, okay. Well, let me hit something real quick about training. I just talked to I have a female personal trainer, but she used to be a model and she was a fitness model. And one thing I like about it, she trains the way she likes a guy to like is going to look. She's hitting all those parts. So that's one. No matter who you are, if I can pay a trainer, and I've been lifting for a while.
Oh, hold on. I respect. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. The Ultimate Red Pill say I respect how you not out here trying to get views, subscribers, and people's money. Yeah, man. Like I've been telling people from the jump, dog. One thing about me, man, I've never been money hungry. I've never been, one of those people that care about viral moments and all this other stuff, man. I mean, bro, I have always been one of those people that have been quiet, chill, laid back or whatever. But don't get it twisted. I understand what it is to have money. I've been at a point where, when I was younger, where, I had to go out there and I had to get it. I got it the wrong way. But yeah, money has never been one of those things I've been crazy about. Because even when I had it, I was just like, yeah, just money. I can go out and buy me some cookies and fries and stuff like that, man. But it's never been to the doggone point where I'm gonna be just doing the most for that stuff, man. I think that goes back to character as well, man. Your character really is really gonna help you later on in life.
Wow. But she's showing me some new stuff, and no problem with it. But as far as the attraction and arousal, honestly, we don't talk about sex just overall. Even if I put sex, like I did a video today, revenge sex, ads were limited. We don't have that real conversation. And there's been other times you talk sex and it's you know, people kind of blank out. They don't want to talk about it. Even a lot of people talking about dating and everything. We ain't talking about sex. And that's really what it comes down to. When a woman look at a man in those first 7 seconds, she can't tell his character. She
Right.
don't know where he went to school. All she can say, all she really thinking is he can get it or he can't get it. That's all they thinking in that first 7 seconds.
Primal rules for fighting and fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And she looking at him like that. Now understand attractive. Attractive in a woman's eyes just mean, okay, you got good facial features. You might even have a decent body, but she ain't getting wet. But if she looking at you and she start getting wet, then she's aroused. And part of the body game ain't just having the muscles. Let me be clear on that. It's how you walk. I've had women actually tell me, and I need to have somebody like film me walking because everybody always say I either walk like men say I walk like I'm gonna tell somebody.
You're away on my video tips, man.
Hey, walking is important.
Everything in the mirror.
I'm gonna tell you what, and I think you said you used to model, right?
Yes.
You know, one of the things they teach you is how to model. I never forget with this fashion show because they used to vend at fashion shows, and it was a brother, and he said they had to take these models who went to some white school, didn't learn how to walk, and teach them how to walk. It was a very beautiful couple, their older couple, very like beautiful, very they look like out of like those old.
I think that's definitely one of the things I need to walking, posing for like pictures and all the other stuff, man. That's when I start getting awkward. I think my walk is straight though. I think I got a pretty cool walk. But when it comes
old
to
ebony magazines or something, right? And they would tell me, yeah, we gotta teach these people how to walk. You know it. That walk is important. If Male Exotic dancers, you talk to cousin T-Tall, he actually charges a whole lot of money teaching somebody how to walk.
Yes.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
Boy, I tell you, boy, it is money out there, boy. You can charge for anything. You hear me? Anything.
Body language, like is your body language, your shoulders slumped down, you leaning forward? Like I'm working with my oldest son now because he tend to be gangly, but I keep saying, okay, move. Okay, you got to put your shoulders back. You got to put your shoulders back. Trust me, you're gonna thank me later. Right, I'm actually thinking about doing that old model thing. Put a book on his head and just have him walk or something.
Man,
but that posture is everything. Women looking at that, they like that commanding posture. In fact, I've had people look at me and say, "Hey, you're an officer in the military because of how I walk, or am I a black Muslim because of how I walk?" Because they say I walk with a commanding presence.
Right,
I walk with my shoulders back. And like I said, I'm working with my oldest son on that. It's a tough habit to break. Man, he's good, but every now and then he gets like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, nah, bro, you got to walk.
Especially when you're tall and gangly. See, when I learned, okay, if everybody goes back to Denzel when I think he was at Saint Elsewhere or whatever show he was on, he didn't have his same smooth presence. But one thing that when I have my clients, who are in music or acting, I would work with them on their walk, and this is called presence. And one of the things that I talk about in the Summer of Success is the last tip. Guys, you need to practice your walk, your talk, your body language, which all lends into your swag and your sex appeal. A woman cannot tell a goddamn thing about the character of who you are, but she sees how you actually flow across the room. Women glide, men flow. You want to flow across the room. You want to take longer strides. You don't want to take little short, choppy steps. This is why being in the military is so advantageous to guys, because you learn chin up, chest out, back straight. They want to see that strong back because they're thinking about that strong back when you got her in the buck. And then the way you speak. If you have a higher nasal tone voice, you need to get in her personal space, drop into your lower octaves, and use it. And if you do what I tell you, you'll smell like rose, oud, amber, honey, tonka, iris, incense. All these are sensual notes. You will be hacking her brain. Now, I don't know if you know this about me, Ron, but I'm actually a I'm certified in NLP.
Okay.
And I have been for those who don't know, that's basically that's a different story. But being able to use all these things to your advantage, it helped me a lot in sales to build rapport. And, you know, you can use it to kind of put people in a slight hypnotic trance.
Yeah, yeah.
All of this stuff, man, you can learn all this stuff, and you need to become curious about this stuff, guys. Because here's what I'll give it back to Ron. So many of you guys just are not curious about life. You know what it is, you know, and the things you don't know, you assume they're not important. Become more curious about this stuff and realize how this stuff will work for you. Because everything Ron is telling you, he's setting his sons up to be monsters. Especially you working with him on that walk, man.
Yeah, and it seems small. And I'm gonna tell you what, this is one thing I appreciate about my co-parent. She don't stop anything. She don't. In fact, she be trying to help out. She be jumping on. She be like, because she's always saying, look, you gotta have your good presentation. Now, here's the funny thing about my oldest son. He'll be a beast once he gets some of those little nuances, because I've seen some of the little girls be saying hi to him randomly. I'm like, good Lord, I'm gonna have some pretty grandkids.
Right?
These are they some fine little, I'm like, good Lord, he be acting shy. And I've said, you know, you're gonna be scary once you actually get some real game. You know,
right?
He's gonna be scary. But those little things, and that's actually some of the things I learned coming up, how to walk. See, my mother used to model, so she actually showed me how to walk. And you get some elders, like your elders will say, look, sit up at the table. And you notice they did that, and you might be annoyed by it, but then after you grow up, you look back, it's like, you know, that's the thing, because I don't lean over or anything.
Right.
You know, get that back straight. It's actually good. It's good anyway, have a good posture, but it speaks to the woman. And sometimes even while you walk, how your hips move, that can put them in a trance, because they thinking, okay, you in the bedroom, that's how those hips going to move. That's why, like, even dancing, like I've seen women, they'll watch somebody on the dance floor and they'll go into trance. I've seen some Instagram videos where a dude might be dancing or something and the women go into trance. Like trance. When I say trance, fellas, their brainwave shift. It's like you could sell them anything at that moment. Anything at that moment. They are very receptive. Now, say you don't have that right walk and your body isn't what it could be. You say the same thing, and then she's ready to call the police. And all you did was say hi. But if you got the body right, you walking right, you got the scent right.
Yep.
Everything clean, nice and groomed. You just say hi to her, and you know she's gushing. She popped twice. Her vagina is doing a rumba down there or something. And that's how deep it is. That's how deep, and it's a nonverbal thing. I like, Kevin, how you said at the beginning, only verbal communication is 7% of it. You can communicate with a body, just a look or something. Just your direction, and there's some deeper stuff in how a woman will respond. But I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that information. But you can look at a woman's body language, and no matter what she's saying, you're just thinking, "Oh yeah, she's interested." That's how she's turned to you or something.
And these are all things in NLP. In NLP, I look at people's body cues, whether or not she's exposing her neck, whether or not she's got her legs open or closed, whether or not her shoulders are forward. Especially if you're in sales, if you call yourself a professional salesperson and you've never actually taken and don't know what NLP or how to build rapport non-verbally, you need to. But all these things work so well. But when I work with female clients, especially face-to-face, working with their walk and helping them sway. So many women do not know how to walk.
Oh man,
heels. And walking around looking like, the trog, gong, 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 versus getting that sway back and forth. And that sway you're talking about, let me tell you something, ladies. Take belly dancing, or take what is that? The Hawaiian dancing.
The hula hoops.
The hula, yes.
No, hula dance.
That's it.
I'm gonna tell you what with that. Let me jump in real quick.
Go ahead.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at that.
You made a great.
Remember when I told you, man, like it is so much better when you're able to do collabs like this, when you're able to piggyback off of each other, and you just got endless amount of information that's being poured into you from two successful guys in whatever field that they are in. And they basically just giving y'all this knowledge for completely free, man. You got to soak this up.
Belly dancer, because I've known some belly dancers. they could just walk in a room. They know how to do it. It's like in the Middle East, in that area is big, Northern Africa. But they knew the magic of it, just those movements. They put us in a trance. And one thing I've noticed what you did, a lot of women don't walk with that switch like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when we were younger, they had that, they walking down the street, they had that switch. Guys would just follow along. Guys would just, they just hand them the wallet.
This is the time,
but it's the movement
too. Springtime is that little black dress, and if you can actually sway and switch versus guys actually strut, stroll, and flow. Guys, if you think we're kidding, Google it. Since especially young guys, Google is your guide. We OGs can be talking about shit, and I hear so many times. I Googled it. Fuck Google. This is life.
I'm gonna tell you what. One of the games that it's funny. Even though they told me the body game, I was like, but those other things I learned just growing up in the culture. Because what we used to call that walk, the pimp. You had your pimp walk. And everybody had to have a walk. In fact, I remember when I was in 8th grade, the teachers used to clown some of the guys, but in a good way, because they say, yeah, you look at you got that little walk. Looking back on it now, they might have been checking them out a bit more, but we won't go there.
Right.
Those that walk thing, that's part of the body. You see, your body's speaking to everybody around you. When you walk in that room, many women say they can feel your presence. Like it starts buzzing because you walking in there, you're not walking in there weak or timid. You walking in there with some power.
Yeah, there we
just
go.
In your strut. I mean, like you mentioned Denzel Washington. A lot of women talk about his walk. You look at his walk, it's a very powerful walk.
Absolutely.
Even though it's kind of like a lope, but it's like he's purposeful.
Right.
He did it like in Training Day. There was a scene when he was at his baby mama's house and he was just walking to the back room and like he was walking in such a way, it's like, damn, he about to tear up that pussy.
But he had to learn that, Ron. He was taught that. You watched him, like I said, when you watched him, I want to say he was on Saint Elsewhere. He started out on NBC.
I remember that.
He did. Denzel was corny. He was corny, straight up. Before he became Bleak Gilliam on Mo Better Blues, Denzel was not a sex symbol.
Wow.
No, actually he wasn't. Now that I think about it,
Denzel was made a sex symbol, and guess what? Somebody like myself made him a sex symbol because you work with the guy in his raw materials. You can Google it.
Wait, man, hold on. Let me. Somebody say no, Kevin. The walk is natural. Who's Denzel's or?
Checking for.
You know what? Honestly, most people. I'm gonna tell you what. There's a reason why I mentioned the models earlier. The couple, they actually taught people how to walk. If you did get in that professional thing, they look at how you walk. They.
And here's the issue that I have with so many freaking people, bro. Ain't nobody. Most of the people that got, disagreements and everything, they not in this doggone field. They don't have like any background in this thing. They don't have any. They ain't did no research or nothing. They just blurting stuff out. Just shut up and soak up the information that they are giving to you, man. If you believe that, that walk just happened, Denzel's walk just happened natural. No, man. Again, these are professionals that are telling you he was taught that. At what point of time when he was on NBC or whatever they're saying, go back and check. If you don't believe it, go back and check. Did he walk a certain type of way? And then, you fast forward a few years later, he started walking a different type of way or started to behave in a different type of manner. Most people have to learn these things. They learned it from somewhere. Even as a kid, you had to learn it from somewhere or somebody.
They look at how you walk. They will train you. Why would they train you if that walk is just natural? It isn't for most people. They got to be conscious of it because people just meddle along. You might have one person out of a million that just got that just cool, smooth walk, but it's something you got to think about.
Denzel, see, what I will tell people is what I said about Denzel. They work with your natural materials.
Yeah.
None of the stuff that I'm talking about is natural to not walking the way he walks. And this is where I get a little pissed.
There you go.
I don't mind you having an opinion, but your opinion is not worth my professional analysis. It's simply not. So I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what happens behind the scenes. This is why people in Hollywood have acting coaches, vocal coaches. They have stylists. They have an image consultant.
Charisma coaches.
They get charisma. Everything you see is scripted. Denzel had to learn how to walk like the Denzel, you know. So if you've met Denzel if you've met Denzel after 1984, you've met a new and improved Denzel Washington.
Yeah, because they even fixed his teeth, man. When he first came out, he had a gap between his teeth. They fixed those.
Right. So this is and honestly, when I hear people say stuff like that, what it really tells me is people want to think it's natural, so they don't have to worry. So it's like, if it's natural, that means it can't be learned. That means I don't have to get off my ass and do anything about it. That's really what I feel.
Well, you know what, and you should be. I mean, let me share. There's a young lady I know. She's Korean, actually. And the sex appeal she cultivated, me and her just sat and talked. Like, her sex appeal is pow, but she was actually a jock in high school. And we sat down and talked, and she said, yeah, this is how I cultivated it. She specifically said, look, you learn to wear this much makeup. You learn to walk a certain way, fix your hair a certain way. It wasn't just natural to her. This is her own words. But if you saw, a woman got like $1 million brothers tricking on her.
Right.
And I actually tried to get her to do a webinar for me. I actually tried to say that she was like kind of chilled now. She got a little baby and stuff, so she kind of chilled, but she cultivated it. Yeah, if you look at a lot of these women especially, not as much guys, but women especially, most of them cultivated their sex appeal. Marilyn Monroe, everybody talks about her, but you read her biographies and stuff, she said she cultivated. She used to have in fact, I read this in The Art of Seduction. She would just dress ordinary and go out and just have a good time because people didn't recognize her.
Okay, so some things can be, Tony, seriously, some things can't be learned. Either you have it or you don't. Not true.
I disagree.
Simply not true, but that's okay to believe that.
Yeah.
Well, let me address that.
Again, I think they're probably going to end up saying what I'm about to say, but understand this, man. Most people that are speaking like that, man, those are, I mean, we just got to call it as they call a spade a spade. Those are the losers. Those are the losers that don't want to change. Those are the losers that want to, kind of get people in a mindset to kind of like stay the same, brother. Either you have it or you don't. That is a false. You don't have a good job today. That don't mean that you can't have a good job later on in life. You don't have swag today. That don't mean that you can't, you know what I'm saying, get with the right person to help you develop a certain type of mindset, get your clothes, your body, your mannerisms, and all that other stuff on point to the point where, when you go out, you show and people see that you got swag now. Like it's just certain people, man, that just want to knock every freaking thing, man, because most of the time those people are just stuck in that mindset where, again, if either you have it or you don't. And I want everybody to feel the way that I feel.
You can learn height. You can cheat it though.
Yeah, you can't learn height, but ultimately every skill you can learn. Wherever you got, the raw material you got can be brought out. Understand when we're talking about Denzel and these actors, you know how many actors there are out there? You know how many people there are who are models?
Shout out to Cousin Tito in the chat room.
Oh man, on this. What did he say? Every animal on this planet teaches its young how to hunt, stalk, run, approach prey, and how to pounce. Nobody just learns it. Not humans.
Now, artificial intelligence can generate ad creatives automatically. The program is called Ad Creative AI, and it helps marketers generate high-quality ad creatives really fast. Here's how it works. First, you input your brand. Then you choose your...
But let me just say that if you look at all these superstars, Kevin, you know better than I do. You look at all these superstars, somebody had to refine what they were doing. Somebody, they were like models. Models, like some people think, oh yeah, he got model looks, but there's a lot of very attractive men and women out there. But then when they get there, and the models will tell you. They say no, they got to learn to be disciplined. They got to eat right, learn how to apply their makeup, have their hair right.
That's why part of, if you know the term wizard, magician, mage. I mage. I am a wizard. I am a magician. I create optical illusions. I use potions. I use all these things behind the scenes to make these people that people admire and look up to more than human. But it is all created.
Another thing that I love that Kevin was saying, man, listen, I offer to pay for your time because I understand that your time is valuable. I understand that you have did the work, you do have the results, and I at least want to extend that and let you know, listen, I'm not asking for a handout because I understand that this video is going to do pretty well. All right. They got 70,000 views, almost 200 comments or what, 150 comments or whatnot, man. You know what I'm saying? Some pretty great interactions. People here, you know what I'm saying, that actually know who this guy is or whatnot, man. He don't mind paying for their time, man. Shout out to Kevin, man. He understood
it. By image.
And that's a magic that's a sacred skill, because think about what you're doing. You could take a raw, just some raw material and the image and everything. Because I've worked retail too, and I was real friendly with the makeup artists. They could take somebody just ordinary and make them look beautiful.
Well, even you have it on YouTube right now where there's some women, you're actually completely changing people's skin color, contouring. Look at some of this stuff right now. It's kind of scary. So ask yourself this question. The greatest quarterback in the history of football would be who, according to the stats and wins? Tom Brady would be arguably at the top of the list. And he has a quarterback coach. Why does greatest of all time arguably have a coach? Because he had to be refined to be Tom Brady. He was not. He was raw material coming out of Michigan as the last pick in the draft. See,
Come on
and
now.
I'm gonna go in a little bit on black folks. Black folks love to debate shit while other people just do shit.
Win, right.
Other people just say, you know what? I'm going to look at the results. Because you mentioned when you go to these gyms and everything else, you see white executives.
Yeah.
Because they don't really argue back and forth with it. It's like, all right, how'd you do that? All right, I'm gonna do that too. They don't debate it. They just go do it. And this is the one thing that especially black folks, you have the raw material, but we're just so goddamn skeptical about everything that where we end up not doing anything with the best raw material.
Exactly. It's everybody's trained. If you look at like some indigenous cultures, like from Africa, they didn't just let the guys go out there. They trained them. They trained them. Even in the art of love, they got trained. Because all of this is skill. We don't do it naturally. I had to learn how to make love to a woman.
You're killing my video, Ron. Let me read all my stuff before Ron just kills me. Okay, you need to work 2 jobs. You're gonna need to work out. You're gonna need 3 good colognes. You're gonna need to spend the summer with a coach, practice summer love. You're gonna need to read The Art of War, 48 Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction. You're gonna have to check out the Kama Sutra and learn about sex, practice your walk, talk, swag, and everything else. Ron then already dropped it on you, but still, let me read all my stuff.
Wait. Yo, listen. You know, I'm gonna have to record this, man. I got to record. Hold on, y'all. Damn. He dropped so much doggone knowledge. Let's go.
Before Ron just killed me.
That's crazy.
Okay, you need to work 2 jobs. You're going to need to work out. You're going to need 3 good colognes. You're going to need to spend the summer with a coach, practice summer love. You're going to need to read The Art of War, 48 Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction. You're going to have to check out the Kama Sutra and learn about sex, practice your walk, talk, swag, and everything else. Ron then already dropped it on you, but still watch the goddamn video, because that just shows you that Ron is talking about something that I made a video speaking to talk to younger guys, because younger guys, you can learn all this. Ron, can you imagine what would have happened if you and your twinkling teens would have had some digital OGs come down and just bless you with this kind of knowledge?
You know what? And the thing is, I actually had some, but you
Uh-oh.
know, you still a knucklehead.
Mm-hmm.
That's a knucklehead. But see, if you're a knucklehead as a teenager, you naturally rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, once I hit my 20s, I had some people that I'm gonna tell you what. There were some women. There's a couple cats I learned some real game from. That if they got on YouTube, all of us had to just do something different. Seriously, this one cat I learned some game from. He was a Jamaican dude. That dude, he would break down how to make a woman holler. And you just watched him and how he rolled and who he was getting with. Seriously, he was on another level. And you had a lot of cats. Like if YouTube was available in the early 90s, that dude would have 1 million followers.
Well, I'm sitting there listening to Cousin Tita talking about the levels of the D, and I'm like, when he started talking about, the Daddy D, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, wow, he is breaking down game. And funny thing is, I had to live that. No one told me about this shit. I was raised by a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And man, like I said, my grandfather was a deacon, and my uncle was the Mac, so I still had these things. But I'm just saying that you're getting this distilled information. Take it and use it. Here's where it comes right down to. This is why I love hashtag show your work. This is what I'm starting to tell everybody. I don't want to know your opinion. I want to see your work. If Ram is saying this, if I say that, I'm telling you from experience. I don't want your opinion. I want you to tell me how it worked in your life. Don't tell me what you think. Tell me what you've done. And if you can't tell me what you've done, zip it.
Exactly. Oh, let me address Cousin Tito. I said, Rom giving away all the secrets. Hey, fam, I'm holding back still.
Right. Well, we're going to do like I said, I wanted to do this one because I've been intending to get this one out to YouTube, but I am going to hit you up with some more behind the scenes stuff that's going to be Patreon only. Well,
no problem. I'm going to tell you, look, here's what frustrates me. I have to argue with people who don't know anything. And I'm just, dude, if people don't realize, y'all just see me in a car clowning or whatever. Y'all don't see what I'm doing behind closed doors. Y'all don't realize that there's stuff that I don't even think about unless somebody just happened to trigger it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I used to do that. Y'all don't realize the level of game there is by just some OGs, because we didn't have all of this. And then we didn't have somebody saying, look, we trying to help y'all, speed y'all along. We had to learn this by trial and error.
Oh, yes.
And one of the things, if you think about it, we didn't have the texting, we didn't have the social media, but you had some guys doing some stuff. And in fact, I mean, the level of game really from back in the day, it was incredible. You had some guys, they could take the body game, get that suit on. You look at the old school player. They first of all, they were in better shape.
Oh, yeah.
They get that nice suit, they'll hook it up. It might be average in the face. That's why it kills me when people think, oh, you gotta be like handsome in the face. No, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
And
absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I want to say this was kind of like what I had said the other day, man. When it comes to those 8s, 9s, and 10s, you don't have to be an 8, 9, or 10. If you are an average guy or an average young lady, a 5 or a 6, right? 5 or a 6 in the face, or even a 4. If you fix that thing up each and every day, I'm not talking about makeup, I'm not talking about anything extra or whatever, anything like that, but you fix that thing up, young ladies, you know what I'm saying? You keep those eyebrows or whatever on point, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit of lip gloss, your hair is always done. Fellas, you always got that nice cut, or you done got that retwist, braid, whatever. Fresh lineup or whatever. You keep yourself up each and every day around. I'm just talking about the face right now. Nicely groomed, fresh, you know what I'm saying? And then when they look at the rest of it, of course, a lot of people, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to look at your face. And then after that, they're going to look you know what I'm saying, from head to toe or whatever. They're going to look at the way that you're dressed, the way that you're carrying yourself. You're not out here, you know what I'm saying, walking around with a hoodie on. You're not out here with dirty clothes, dirty shoes, but you present yourself in a professional manner, a respectable manner. Even if you don't have a suit and tie on, you know what I'm saying? Even when you step out, it still looks good. Like it looked like it was well put together. Like you actually took the time to pick your outfit out. You know what I'm saying? You got a little color coordinating going on. Young ladies, when you step outside the house, you're not walking on the back of your house shoes. Your hair's not all over the place. You don't have a bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have many blind eyelashes. Just doing the most. When you step outside, you know what I'm saying? You're, of course, you know, you ain't got your butt and your boobs out like that. You look respectful, or you're looking professional looking. That is how you keep up with those 8s, 9s, and 10s. That is how you get the results of those 8s, 9s, and 10s. When you fix yourself up and look presentable each and every day that you step out the house to the best of your ability. All right. Not just walking around like you don't care about yourself. That's the main thing, man. When you step out, you should look like I care about my appearance. All right. And people will naturally start to respect you a lot more when you present yourself in that manner.
Then they had that mouthpiece, and they used to sing to the woman. They spit that game to about 20 minutes to a woman. She's ready to go. She'd take you to the motel. She'd be like, baby, let's go.
Right.
That's how deep it is. It gets frustrating when somebody young didn't experience that, don't know that, they're gonna argue with you instead of saying, hold up, why don't you do this? Instead of arguing, why don't you just try what we're saying for 3 months? And if it don't work out for you just that little bit, you don't see some type of improvement, then you can do what you want, think what you want. But people hear what we say, but then they don't want to do some work.
But this is what the summer of success is. It's gonna all be show your work. I'll show you work because, like you said, shout out to Al Roger Curry. He mentioned it here. He's pulling back from live streaming, and one of the things is longer form content. One, to put it out there to the patrons who've actually showed that they want it and they'll pay to get it. Number one. Number two, it's the arguing back and forth of people. You know, BGS actually asked me to make Lawrence from, this to select. And I was shocked with the level of pushback. But there's enough body of work out there for the guys who really want it to actually follow, because every time Rom has to argue or I have to argue, that's just the gem that's not being dropped. So I'm not going to argue with anybody who can't show me their work. I want to know what is happening in your life. Tell me about your experience the last time you hollered at a 92 octane chick, the last time you tried to dom a bitch, last time you actually left the gym and you put on a suit and you had some cool Chelsea boots on and was smelling like, Creed Aventus. Tell me how that shit did not work. And until that, you got to close it. So,
exactly. And then, you know what? That's the important thing. And that's all I say to people. I say, look, don't take my word for it. Go out there and do it. Go out there and do it. You have to, because ultimately you have to see how it works for you. I don't have to do this. You could see it work for me, and it still ain't doing you any good.
Well, and okay, we got a call in. Let me make sure we got a call in. Hold on.
Here we go.
Caller 312. Caller, you up? Hello?
Gentlemen, we got two masters here. This is Cousin Tito. How you feeling?
Oh, what's up?
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Uh-oh. We about to go to a new level.
You know when you see 312-773, that's Shot-Town all day.
There you go, bro. What's up, man? Hold on. For you guys who don't know who Cousin Tito is, I put his name in the chat room. You need to just go binge his shit. Okay? Binge his shit. Don't say nothing. Just go binge it. It is Godfather style approved, Uncle Rom approved. Go ahead, T.
I appreciate that. Oh man, you gentlemen, you have me at the edge of my seat. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought I knew stuff, but it's good that we have a place that we can go, that we can share ideas and get new ways of expressing this ancient information right here. I just wait for Ron to drop those gems, and I wait for that moment where he lets something slip out from one of those zooms that we do. I'm waiting. I'm looking and anticipating, because sooner or later, Ron was going to drop some knowledge and some information that, quite frankly, people pay for. They literally have to pay for it, because that valuable, and it's that effective. It's that pure white. It's that that magic. It's that non-step down or blue magic. And as far as you, Mr. Kevin Samuels, I think you got quite a few videos that I would like to do a response to.
Have at it.
But beyond, huh?
I was like, go ahead, have at it, fam.
No, absolutely. I mean, because anybody with experience, anybody who has globetrotted, anybody who has been on those yachts, who have been to those places and just interacted with a variety of people in a diverse group of social classes. Not that that makes anybody better or worse, but it makes the person more well-rounded and better grounded in who they really are and knowing why they're here in the first place. And I think that the information that you gentlemen distribute is a testament to that. And only the fake people, this is kryptonite to fake people. And in Chicago, we've got a statement, we've got a saying, because, politics run deep in Chicago. And every now and again, we have what's called a tree shaking moment. And for anybody who's from down south, they would be more familiar with what that means. And so basically in Chicago politics, what that means is if there's a subject or an event that is presented and people weigh in from all over, the tree shaking moment is once you shake the tree, both the rotten fruit will fall and the ripe fruit will fall. So in a tree shaking moment, it's going to expose the real from the fake. I think that formats like this allow that to happen more often now. So people are getting that really good game, even at this level. I know you guys have more gears and more levels that you can take it to, and I can't wait to be a part of that.
Wait, yo, Cousin T. Yeah, because you remember I shot you a text about that little situation in my neighborhood. I said, man, I can't discuss that with anybody. You knew exactly. I was like, man, nobody would believe me. You know what I'm talking about. I was like, man, if I explained that to some dudes on YouTube, they'd be like, Ron's bullshit. But it's real. You know that level of game. You know you can't discuss it. That's probably, I probably can't let that slip. I probably can't even let that level slip because they'd be like, nah, Ron, that ain't happening.
Right, because you know what'll happen is it's such a high level that you're at, and gentlemen of your stature are operating on. Even if you did allow a little bit of those gems to slip out, the average person wouldn't be able to interpret it. Their body, their mentality isn't even developed enough to synthesize what you got to lay down for them. So
That's some real talk. That's some real talk. I can't wait to get him on a Kevin Samuels hangout.
Oh yeah. We gotta get on that, man. We gotta get that out together. Cool, man. Thanks for calling in, fam. That's Cousin Utah.
Yeah, let me say something about Cousin T. Y'all really don't know what level. This dude is very humble, but he's extremely humble on here. But y'all need to be subbing and taking notes, even if it goes against your beliefs. Take notes with this brother. This brother's on another level. Trust me. We gonna look back at when he first showed up, and we're gonna be like, you know what? That's when something else, just a totally new element was introduced, and we're gonna see stuff going in another direction.
Let's talk about that. Look, man, 48.
So I actually just checked out Cousin T Tall, I believe. He got 8,000 subscribers, 276 videos. He's actually been out for a little minute, man. I actually checked it out. So he joined October 20th, 2012. He got 276 videos, man. And I mean, we're gonna have to check out his channel and see what he got going on. He said, "Who is the alpha wingman? Your wingman's favorite wingman." I don't know what that means, but It's interesting, man. I'm gonna check it out. That's what I was checking out. That's why the screen was
Laws
down.
of Power is one of the required readings for the Summer of Success. So is The Art of War and The Art of Seduction. 48 Laws of Power is not, it is amoral and pragmatic. I don't care about your belief systems when it comes to power and winning, because honestly, the world does it. Name me a great fortune that was not built on blood and bodies, and I'll show you a lie. You can do great works like Ford, Carnegie, Rockefeller, Morgan, all these other people after you make your millions and billions. So we sit around and hang and postulate while other people get out and get it done. We are undergoing the largest change, greatest change in human communication since the printing press. And we got about 3, maybe 4 more years before $300-400 million worth of TV spin lands here. Will Smith is already here. When Hollywood actors and personalities start populating these kind of places, you won't see many more Titas and Roms and Kevins. We won't be able to compete with that level of spin. So this national programming, TV, HBO will become this space. So you better take advantage now.
No,
he had already spoke about this before it even happened. That's crazy.
And that's real talk. Let me add to that. Y'all don't know, because Kevin, we talked about this before. Slowly on YouTube, a lot of stuff is happening. And I don't want to get into it, but you ain't gonna see it in 3 or 4 years. They're gonna block it, or they won't be able to carve out any money from it or space. So but they're gonna do it nice and slow. It's like you said about Will Smith. He on YouTube. Likes people say, "Hey, let's get a YouTube channel." And so we won't be able to compete. It'll be drowned out nice and slow, so somebody can't say, "Oh, you discriminating or anything." Or the only way you're gonna like move up, production quality is going to have to go up. I'm actually starting to look at studio space now.
There you go.
And seriously, you got to go at another level.
And for me, I've already talked about taking it to the next level. You know, we've had conversations offline, and we'll probably have one after this. But I'm always looking to the future, and the future is this: Suit Saturday is going to become a national thing. Everywhere we go with, you guys have heard me talk about Summer of Success, focusing more on younger guys. That is going to be my focus this summer. Young guys. It's not meaning that, guys 30 and up aren't welcome, but I'm focusing on guys, from 9th grade to college age, because those are the guys that actually can benefit tremendously. And then my early 20-something, but all the advice will be applicable. So don't think when you hear me talk about young guys, they're not going to be covered. But here's what it comes right down to. You're going to have to spend some time with a pro. When I talk to guys, you can learn to walk better, but I have to see you walk. You can learn your voice, but I have to hear you. You're not going to pick it up just by watching videos. You're going to have to break bread, and I already covered that, because you need to go get that other job. 7-Eleven's hiring right now, $13.45 an hour. I don't want to hear this shit. So, Ram, I know I screwed up on the time. It's already what, 5:15 your time. You got about another 15 minutes?
Yeah, you got 15 minutes.
Okay. All right, guys, here's what I want. If you guys have any questions or anything, this is the time to go ahead and put them in the chat room. I'm not going to really be taking any more calls. Let me go ahead and shut the call line down. I want to actually let guys know that, look, you can actually, none of the people you see on YouTube or YouTube personalities, we all started out where we started out. No one was born into this. We were all made men. We made ourselves who we are.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't.
Exactly.
And the easiest thing a guy can do is drop down and deal with that body.
Yeah. Hey, let me speak on that, man. Let me speak on that real quick, because I remember on one of my videos, somebody said, "Hey, Ram, you always been select." It was like, no, shoot. I had to learn how that pimp walk, as we say. I had to approach that first girl and talk to her, even though I was young. All right. I had to get in the gym. People don't know how many hours I spend in a gym, how many scratches, how many stretched ligaments, bruises, exhaustion.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I honestly believe this is one of my biggest pet peeves about people, man. They always want to find a way to downplay your success in anything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Say for instance, if you got a decent body or whatever. Oh, yeah, you've always been skinny or you've always had like, no, bro. Like, this thing took a lot of work, a lot of dedication to get here. And it takes that to stay here. Even after the you done reached the age of 30 or whatever, in your mid 30s. Like, bro, no, this thing requires work, attention, detail every single day to maintain. This is not nothing that just happened overnight. Blood, sweat, and tears inside of the weight room. That's the reason why I show you guys, KD's Fitness, man. Listen, and even though I don't get a chance to record every single last workout that I do every day, I'm constantly grinding. And when people see you, maybe you're in a nice car, you got a nice house, you got a nice job. No, people had to work to get those things. It wasn't just handed to them.
Everything, how much sweat, how many times I'm running, like just basically really punishing my knees, can't really run now, or like on hard concrete anyway. And it was work. Or how many times I had to buy something, wear it, get laughed at, and say, "Oh, wait a minute, that ain't gonna work." Right? You just learn, and that's everybody. Every single person who got up there. Like, I know this dude, serious player, had been a model too. He showed me some pictures. He said, "Man, I was just totally nerdy." Now, this is a dude with locks. He had this box haircut. Kevin, you would have a field day with this dude, but just working on him. You would have a field day. And that's, but he did the work. And that's all I always say. Just if you're willing to do the work, anybody can change up.
Well, and I would say this is one of my babies. This is my road bike. I can't run, but I didn't let that stop me from doing cardio, ride the bike. Guys, there's a channel on this YouTube right now. His name is
Absolutely, man. There are so many different ways, guys, that you can get a sweat in, man, whether it's through sports, which I absolutely love, basketball, football, soccer, baseball, whatever. You can do sports. If you don't like to run, you can do the Stairmaster, you can do bikes. You can do bike. It's so many different things that you can do to get that good sweat in, man. Don't necessarily think when somebody mentions cardio, sweating, that it automatically has to go to running. That's not the case, man. All right. As long as you sweating and burning them doggone calories, you good.
Funk Roberts. He's a chocolate brother, built like one of the 300. He specialized in workouts for men over 40. It's different for us. You need to go to the doctor. You need to go get your testosterone checked and possibly do TRT. That's what I'm doing. Testosterone replacement. Then there's stuff over 50. I'm actually hitting a guy up to try to do a collaboration with him. So this channel is about helping men become the best version of themselves. And that means from early on through. But there is a level. I don't care how much you weigh. I had a 362-pound guy come to my spin class, and he lost 90 pounds in about 10 months. There are no excuses. I accept none.
And that's how it has to be. That's how it has to be, because there's been some pushback against the whole self-improvement thing, but that's bigger than just getting women.
Right.
Self-improve. If you're attractive, just like that example you give, you can actually make money if you're more attractive.
Yes.
Because when they looking at resumes, if they even interview you and you in there with 10 other dudes or something, and everybody's really equal. So then it comes down, okay, which one's really catching our eye? Which one is showing some discipline? Which one's working out?
Which one because the companies are thinking we have a brand that we've invested in. One reflects the brand the best. You want to work for AT&T? What reflects AT&T the best? You want to work for, I don't know, name a company. You have to reflect their brand, and they're protective of that. And so obviously a looking person who looks like they care reflects the brand the best.
Exactly. And people got to think about that on some jobs. People say it's discrimination or whatever, but if you're like a retail company and they have maybe some models or some spokespeople, that person has to reflect the brand. Like you have some, what's the name? I forgot the name of that. What's it called? It's a makeup company. I'm quite sure when they do commercials, they're not going to just have any woman up there representing them.
Hell no, you got to fit the part, man. You got to fit the part. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you're understand this, if you're an entrepreneur, that's a little bit different if you have found some success or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if you're just now starting off as an entrepreneur, if you are, especially if you're working for somebody, then you're gonna have to pretty much go by and follow some doggone guidelines in order to get that part, get that role, get that position. You know what I mean? A lot of people always want to say, well, you know, it's millionaires and billionaires out there that do certain things. Yeah, but trust and believe, while they were on their way up, they behaved in a different type of manner. And then once they got to the point where they're like, yo, I'm good now, then they started to branch out a little bit. When Jay-Z first started, a lot of people always like to use Jay-Z, his hairstyle and all the other stuff. Did he have that doggone hairstyle a few years back? Absolutely not.
No.
They have to look a certain way. They have to look, regardless of they have to look like the product.
That's it. You have to look like the product. And the funny thing is, I'm looking at this video. YouTube is already, we haven't even said anything crazy, and they already limited the monetization on this thing.
Well, see, that's what, you know what, Kevin, that's the big issue. That's a big issue. We don't want to talk about sex, but all this other stuff, we want to talk about the social part. Oh, you got to be a good guy, good character. All that's important. Have some money, social standing, educated. But the woman got to still want to see you naked.
That's it.
She gotta be comfortable with you being naked,
Well,
being on top of her, and she gotta like what you look like naked. I don't care. You can get the suit, you can do all the style stuff, but I'm sure, Kevin, you want to tell them, hey, you need to be working out.
Yeah, bro. Let me tell you something. When I taught spin class, and I would tell people, crank up the tension. We're climbing this hill, because I could always. People love to do the sprints, but they didn't like to do the climbing. And I'm like, and I can't physically go tighten it up, because then I get in trouble. I would say this, okay, you don't have to tighten it up, because I can see their butt bobbling on the seat. That means you don't have enough tension. So you're not building any muscle. I'm like, okay, but remember this. You got to see you naked getting out of the shower. You got to see naked getting out of the shower in that mirror. And I was hearing people go, and then crank that shit up, because they know damn well getting out of the shower, they look like wet biscuit though. And that's the truth. That mirror, getting out of the shower, that's the truth. And that's where you start from. Everybody has a best version.
Exactly.
I mean, even at 50 years old, I won't be like I was in my 20s. But the thing is, I don't have to be. I need to be good now.
Exactly.
So
real talk.
Let's see what's going on here. We didn't have any more questions, but Ram, I want to thank you for making the time coming over, bro. I appreciate it. I think this has been dope. Guys, this will be the one I got for Uncle Ram. The next one, we're going to take it to Patreon and get loose. We're going to get loose.
Yeah. Let me make a closing statement on it. If you don't like how your life is, don't expect anybody to like come to you, give you a job or anything if you want to stay where you at. Because apparently it's not working. It's not logical. You're going to have to make a change. And, you know, I don't usually get into spirituality on here, but everything is about evolution and getting bigger, stronger, faster. Your whole thing is to get better. That should be every day. Increasing your knowledge, increasing your money, making things better. In fact, even on my YouTube videos, I just bought some wireless mics because I'm doing some videos. I got my little ROM TV thing on Vimeo, and I'm thinking, okay, how can I make this better? I got a ring light. I got some wireless mics.
Ring light.
I'm trying to make it better constantly. At some point I'm gonna get a Mac. I could get it now if I want to, but I got some medical stuff I want to take care of first. Some dental work I want to have done. And even with the dental work, it's just nothing I need right away, but it's like, oh, okay, let me take care of this thing now. I just came back from the dentist earlier. You want to constantly say, how can I make this better? How can I make this better? You constantly want to tweak whatever. If you not an entrepreneur, you working on some job, you want to think, okay, how can I make this better? How can I improve this? And as long as you're going in that direction, everything will be all right. People take notice of that. People want to give you jobs. People want to give you money. They want to work with you.
Yep.
And let's be real. We all talking about the women. You get better women.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm closing announcement. When I talk about Suit Saturday, when I drop this video, it's already here. I just
Definitely get better picks, man. When you do the work, you definitely get your you get better looks, man.
got to release it to the public. Summer of Success. I am putting a clock on it. I want you hyper focused this summer and say, I am going to be better by the time the fall happens. Your body, your image, your skin, you know, you can work on so many things. And here's the thing. Everywhere I get treated, even when I'm treated poorly, I'm still treated well. I have a video where I showed I got treated poorly at the store, but the resolution turned out really good long term. Life is better when you're always improving because you're doing it for the right reasons. And I know a lot of guys are talking about self-improvement for women. That's a part of the package. You don't want the fries with the value meal, don't eat the fries. They still give them to you. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. I've never seen guys who are really out there happy doing their things, who just who are actually make these kind of comments.
Nope.
At the end of the day, gentlemen, you need to be putting in the work 60 plus hours a week. That's where it starts. You need to be working, getting in the gym, getting yourself together, working with the professionals, investing in yourself. Because here's the thing: the world looks at how you treat yourself.
Yep.
If you don't treat yourself any better, why should you expect the world to? If you walk outside looking like who done it, you should.
I absolutely love that. I love that. The world looks at how you treat yourself. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let that thing play that thing back.
Getting in the gym, getting yourself together, working with the professionals, investing in yourself. Because here's the thing: the world looks at how you treat yourself.
The world looks at how you treat yourself. Believe that, man. Y'all listen. God, dog. The world looks at how you treat yourself. I got to write that down. Hold on. I got to write.
If you don't treat yourself any better, why should you expect the world to?
If you don't treat yourself any better, man, if that ain't no mother loving Jim, if you don't treat yourself, I'm actually typing. If you don't treat yourself. Why should you expect the world to? Man, that's a doggone gem. The world looks at how you treat yourself. If you don't treat yourself the right way, why should you expect the world to? Man, come on, bro. Come through.
If you walk outside looking like who done it, you should expect the world to treat you like who done it. You want better, you got to do better, and you got to show your work. I don't want to hear anything about statistics of your life. When did it happen? Where did it happen? What's going on? And the thing is, if you don't have those experiences, then you need to get out and get them. You need to get out. Thanks a lot, Rom. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the broadcast with hold on, Rom. I need to holler at you. Thanks so much, moderators. Thanks to the Patreons. I'll leave this up, guys, for you guys to watch it on the rebroadcast. There you go. That's your one. Appreciate it, guys. Until next time, talk to you later. And we're going to stop.
Man, listen. Yo. Drop some real gems, man. Kevin dropped some real freaking gems along with our boy Ron, man. Both of them dropped some real gems, man. Hopefully you guys paid attention, pay close attention to that. And also, he gave you guys a list of things to do for the summer. It's June right now. It's June, all right? It's the end of June. But technically, you got about 2 more months. 2 more months roughly for the summertime. I know a lot of people go back to school and going back to college or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got roughly about 2 months to get yourself together, young brothers out there. before y'all get back in school, get back in college or whatever, man, or whatnot, what have you, man. You got roughly about 2 months to follow that thing. 2 jobs, working 60 hours per week and focusing on the things that you need to focus on. All right. We're going to do the work. We're going to really put in that doggone work, man. I honestly do expect that. Let me go ahead then. I honestly do expect you guys to follow along and definitely do that, man. And just keep that in mind. The world looks at how you treat yourself. If you don't treat yourself the right way, why should you expect the world to? In other words, if you walk outside looking like you don't give two ish about you, then expect that energy to come back to you from the rest of the world. Bottom line. Bottom freaking line, man. Let me tell you something. That there is no better gem to drop than what he just said, man. That's the best gem that I believe anybody can give you. Don't expect anybody to treat you any different than what you are currently treating yourself. All right. If you're taking care of yourself and doing all the things that you're supposed to do, you walk outside, you look respectful, look presentable, or whatever, then trust and believe you're going to get that 9 times out of 10 from the world. If you walk outside walking on the back of your house shoes looking like you don't give two ish about yourself, the world's going to give that exact same energy in return. And I just want people to be better, man. I want us all to be better at the end of the day, which is why I'm going to go ahead and go charge this car, get ready for this interview. And we're going to retwist this doggone head as well. All right. Anyway, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.